All right, ladies and gentlemen, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is absolutely killing it right now in its early access launch with almost 100,000 concurrent players, and it has positive reviews. Now, these reviews I don't care about. Like I said in Silent Hill 2 Remake, I'm not listening to the early access reviews. I want to see what the reviews are like when the game actually comes out, but as of right now in early access, it's at very positive with people seemingly enjoying it according to the shill reviews. I always call them shill reviews because they're early access reviews. That's what they are. But 91,000 concurrent players showcases something that I wanted to have a conversation over, which is when you give gamers what they want, you give them what they actually ask for, and you give them a video game that is fun, enjoyable, and meant for them, they will always reward you with their money. Now, just to give you a little bit of quick context, so the article says 91,000, and when I looked at SteamDB, that's exactly where it is at right now at the time of this filming. 91,000 all-time peak with 66,010 players playing the game right now as I film this particular video. Now, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero obviously has had a lot of hype around it. It's a game that a lot of people were waiting for. A lot of people are into this style of Dragon Ball game. Me personally, I actually like Fighter Z. I thought Fighter Z was pretty damn good. I've never been a, Tenkaichi fan, as crazy as that may sound for someone who loves Dragon Ball like I do. But I'm thinking about checking out Sparking Zero because I know a lot of people that I know personally, obviously in the creator sphere, that are going to be playing this game. So I'm going to have to hone some skills in order to kick their ass. So let's get into this video, guys, from that Park Place. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider giving that hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. Now, again, guys, the conversation for this video is, when do we start paying attention to these results, right? Some people are going to say, well, Dragon Ball is a big IP. That's true, right? Dragon Ball is a big IP. But we've also seen other big IPs completely and utterly flop because they decided to do the opposite of what Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is doing. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is simply giving fans what they want, giving them fan service, giving them the characters they want to play as, and giving them the gameplay they've been asking for. Other games that have big IPs, like Star Wars Outlaws, for example, are doing the exact opposite of that and giving players what they're not asking for, and also, by the way, giving them a very buggy, shitty experience on day one, or I should say month one at this point with Star Wars Outlaws. And then you end up getting completely destroyed for it, right? You end up losing so many sales. You end up losing so much opportunity for people to buy the game that would have bought the game if you would have just gave them what they were asking for. But instead, you decide to put your head in the sand and pretend like nothing is wrong. And then you wonder, gee, why am I not making money? So again, it says that the game is at 91,000 players according to SteamDB. And not only did the game hit a peak concurrent of 91,005, it rocketed into the top 20 games in the past 24 hours, surpassing Baldur's Gate 3, Monster Hunter World, Deadlock, and War Thunder to hit 16th on the charts. Now, 16, that is a good spot to be in when it comes to Steam numbers, because let's be real, 16th is not a small number. This is not the PS Store, right, where only the top 3 really count. On Steam, the numbers mean something. Not only is this game seeing a monster early access launch, but players are giving the game very positive reviews on Steam. Demaker wrote, best Dragon Ball game I've ever played compared to Xenoverse, Breakers, Fighter Z, and Kakarot. I can say that this game is by far the most entertaining Dragon Ball game I've ever played. Thank you, Bandai Namco, for making this masterpiece, and I wish Akira Toriyama was here to see this masterpiece. Now, that is the kind of the saddest thing about all this, right? Akira Toriyama did not live to see this game come out, but let's be real, man. Akira Toriyama lived to see so many different IPs from Dragon Ball come out, so many different games come out, so many different forms of entertainment come out from Dragon Ball. So he got to see his legacy be fleshed out and really be appreciated by the masses. And a lot of people are still supporting Dragon Ball till this day, even after his death, and rightfully so. Again, another review, Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 2 was one of the best games I played with my co-op teammate at the time. We were blown away, wrote Bick Meister. We easily got over 500 hours into it. We were 8 years old and we loved the game. We searched for DBZ BD2 every damn day. We had always wished that a successor would come along at some point, and now after 16 years, the time has finally come. Damn, that feels good. I hope you all have fun with Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Don't lose your friendship. Let's fets. So, again, guys, the reviews are positive. That's all fine and dandy, but I'm not paying attention to the pre-release reviews. I want to see what the reviews say after the fact, when the game actually comes out in a couple of days. That's when we're going to get the full story and see whether or not everybody actually enjoys it for the most part, or if there is more negativity to be found for whatever reason. Now, I've seen some gameplay of this. It looks engaging. It looks fun. It looks promising. I don't see how this is going to have many bad reviews. I just don't see it. But overall, I still want to wait. Then it says producer Jun Furubatani told Bandai Namco every single character in the roster is unique. They all have big special moves, but also small movements like punches and kicks are customized so they feel unique. We put a lot of effort into these small details, which is what makes this game so special to me. So of course, I would be happy if the players hopefully notice these details and enjoy this immersive experience of becoming a Dragon Ball character, he said. Now, again, going back to the original conversation at the beginning of the video, people are looking for a game that's going to give them what they want, right? And for me, I pay attention to the small details. You guys know this. I like the small details. If you want an example, Hogwarts Legacy, for example, right? When you go into Hogwarts inside the actual building and you look around and you see the paintings on the wall, what do? They move, just like in the movies. That is a huge, small detail that most probably normies would not have even paid attention to. But the fact that I walked into Hogwarts and I saw the pictures moving, just like in the movies, just like described in the books, that's huge. That is a big thing. And that is a small detail that they chose not to ignore. It's the same thing here with Dragon Ball. When you choose to not ignore small details and you really make things get fleshed out with those small details, people are going to experience it and appreciate it. And there's a lot more people that appreciate that than you probably realize. So it's a big thing when they do this stuff. And this is the problem with games that are more lazily made, right? This is why I have an issue with the Until Dawn remake. Until Dawn remake is extremely lazy compared to its original predecessor. Because if you look at the animations of the characters in the original game, the characters are sitting there in the snow, dancing around, rubbing their elbows, trying to create body heat because they're freezing cold. In the same scenario, in the remake, the characters are standing still and they're chilling. Right? They're not even like nothing is happening. They're not bothered in the slightest. Nothing is happening. The character is dead inside, and they're not selling you on the fact that they're outside in a freaking blizzard like the original game was trying to sell to you. So those small details matter, and when you do those small details, you will be rewarded in some way. He also shared another interview, the philosophy behind the game, and why they chose to revive Budokai Tenkaichi series after 17 years. He says 17 years ago, we launched the third installment of Budokai Tenkaichi and concluded the series. Since then, there have been several other Dragon Ball games filling the time and the gap for Budokai Tenkaichi players. But given all the developments in the gaming technology, there was the inspiration and incentive to create a more immersive and modern Dragon Ball experience and explore moments that were not in Budokai Tenkaichi 3, he shared. Therefore, we decided to create a sequel to Budokai Tenkaichi. So, again, guys, this game is killing it, and I would love to see what the numbers is. The game is absolutely going to pass 100,000 concurrent players when it actually releases out of early access. The fact that this game is hitting almost 100,000 in early access is fucking wild. So I don't know where this game is going to end. This one is a little bit hard for me to judge, but considering that it has 123,000 followers, which is almost double that of Silent Hill 2, you gotta imagine this is probably going to get to about 130 to 140,000 concurrent, and it's going to absolutely kill it. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it if you could like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.